Second ayah, this is the ayah of Surah Nakh. No, I think, let me see. Yes, it is Surah Nahl. And what does this say? And he had subjected to you. Again, this is the wrong translation. The night and the day. Obviously, they are not subjected to us. Um, the sun and moon, they are not subjected to us. And the star too are subject to you, by his best. They are subjected for us in the sense that the laws that apply to you are made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in such a way that they are conducive to our life on this earth. Verily, in this are the sign of those who understand. Okay, let's look at the ayah first. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وسخر لكم الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون وسخر لكم وسخر لكم الليل والنهار والشمس بالنصب عطفا على ما قبله والرفع مبتدا والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره بالوجه مسخرات بالنصب حال والرفع بأمره بإرادته إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون. And he has subjected for you the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, and the stars are subjected by his command. Now here it doesn't even say Allah Iqbal says subject to you again, because it's وَالنُّجُومُ مُسَخَّرَاتٌ بِأَمْرِهِ, and the stars are subjected by his command. That is, they work according to his laws, which is his command. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who reason. And Imam Piqtal says, and he had constrained the night and the day and the sun and the moon to be of service unto you. So it is useful. And the stars are made such by his command. So they are subservient to his law. Herein indeed are portents for people who have sense. Usually he has made subject to you. That's the wrong translation. The night and the day, the sun and the moon. And the stars, obviously, usually it doesn't mean what Iqbal means. Subjected to you in the sense that they are compatible with or they are conducive to our life on this earth. And the stars are in subjection by his command. Verily, in this are signs for men who are wise. Okay, so this is the ayah, which again Allah Iqbal is sort of mistranslated and more substantially misconstrued. Tafsir al-Muyassar makes it clear. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ لِرَاحَتِكُمْ. So he has subjected for you night so you can, rest in it. On Nahara. And the days so you can go about your daily business in the daytime, your economy and all that. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ الشَّمْسَ ضِيَاءً وَالْقَمَرَ نُورًا. So he has subjected the sun for you in many ways. So your life, gives you light and energy, and it is on in an appropriate distance from the earth, so the life is livable on this planet. وَالْقَمَرَ نُورًا وَلِمَعْرِفَةِ السِّنِينِ وَالْحِسَابِ وغير ذلك من المنافع والنجوم في السماء مذللات لكم بأمر الله لمعرفة الأوقات وَالنَّضَجَ الثِّمَارَ وَالزُّرُوعَ وَالِاهْتِدَاءَ بِهَا فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ التَّسْخِيرِ لَدَلَائِلَ وَاضِحَةً لِقَوْمٍ سَيَعْقِلُونَ عَنِ اللَّهِ حُجَجَهُ وَبَرَاهِينَهُ, so that they think about it, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, bestowed so many bounties on him, on you, so you should be grateful to him and you should worship only him and nobody else. Similarly, Sadi سخلكم هذه الأشياء لمنافعكم وأنواع مصالحكم بحيث لا تستغنون عنها أبدا فبالليل تسكنون وتنامون وتستريحون وبالنهار تنتشرون في معايشكم ومنافع دينكم ودنيا والشمس والقمر من الضياء والنور والإشراق وإصلاح الأشجار والثمرات والنبات وتجفيف الرطوبات وإزالة البرود الضارة للأرض وللأبدان وغير ذلك من الضروريات والحاجيات التابعة لوجود الشمس والقمر وفيما وفي النجوم من الزينة للسماء والهداية في ظلمات البر والبحر ومعرفة الأوقات وحساب الأزمنة ما تتنوع دلالاتها وتتصرف آياتها ولهذا جمع في قوله إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون علم لهم عقول يستعملونها في التدبر والتفكر فيما هي مهيئة له مستعدة تأكل ما تراه وتسمع لا كنظر الغافلين الذين هزوا من النظر هز البهائم التي لا عقل لهم. So that's the same as so these bounties have been counted, so people can use your reason and think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given them these bounties, so they should be grateful to him, not to anybody else, and they should worship him and not worship anybody else. That's what I is saying. There's nothing in it that you are supposed to conquer the nature. And how are we going to conquer the nature anyway? Like, are we going to conquer the sun and the moon? Okay, anyhow, such being the nature and the promise of the universe, what is the nature of man whom it confronts on all sides? Now he moves to the nature of man. So he was talking about the nature of universe. And in the nature of universe, he said a few things, so let's count them. So the first thing he said was, it is the nature of universe. The first thing he said was that it is, in the first place, it's not the result of mere creative sports. So it's a serious business. It has been created for a test. Okay. And the second, so this one was fine, but the second, it's not a block universe, it's not a finished product, immobile and incapable of change, deep. So it's not a finished product because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creativity is infinite. But from this, Allama Iqbal sort of draws Bergsonian, Hegelian conclusion. Deep in its inner being lies perhaps the dream of a new birth. That's more like self-expression of the unfinished potential, more like a Hegelian stuff than Quran. Anyway, so that's the second. It's not an unfinished project. And the third is, what's the third one? The third is, in fact, this mysterious, number 3. In fact, this mysterious swing and impulse of the universe, this noiseless swim of time which appears to us human beings as the movement of day and night, is read by the Quran as the greatest sign. Mysterious swing and impulse of universe, like this self-creation or this self-expression. So that's all the thing. And from this he says that it's the duty of human beings to Allah's promise that he will subjugate the man will subjugate. This universe would be completely subjugated to man. This is God's promise, and we have a duty to realize that promise by conquering the nature through reflecting on it. So these are totally unquranic ideas and modernist ideas, which Allama Iqbal is somehow driving from these ayat through misconstrual and mistranslation, and sometimes just leaving out half ayat and quoting the rest, as we have seen again and again. Okay, now he's going to look at the nature of man. So probably we should stop here and start the next session from what Allama Iqbal is going to say about the nature of man, and the world confronts us on all sides. Okay, we'll look at this in the next session, inshallah.